today. We are just finished the pre-season. So what is this? Do we consider this week one? Is this now week one of?
This is week. Yeah. This is week one.
We're going to go with week one, right? So now we know where we're starting. So week one, season 37, the Redaction. So we're going to kick off today. Have a little review of the Pro Bowl. We're joined by the winner today. How you feeling about that, Jez?
Oh yeah, over the moon. Yeah, all the effort and dedication and blood, sweat, and tears was well worth it.
Yeah, I mean, how much time goes into a game plan? Like, if we were to talk about this from a split perspective, how much time goes into finding the button or setting the game plan for a Pro Bowl game?
Well, I think you'll find that finding the button for most men is the hardest thing. That's the trick. So obviously, I upheld the long tradition and failed miserably in actually working out where the hell the button was. Even though I knew what I was looking for because I've coached Pro Bowl before. Yeah, so obviously that was out. My timing was out. Everything was out, and we won.
It's
Go figure.
results-based system, right? So that's what matters, right? Yeah. Oh, great stuff.
So yeah, I mean, call it a master plan. Call it complete ineptitude, or something in between, or don't call it anything if you're not that bothered about the Pro Bowl at all. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at how the game turned out, and let's see if it's anything like you wanted it to look like. I mean, one of the things with the Pro Bowl is you don't get much choice, really, do you, on what you can actually do with a Pro Bowl team.
No.
It is literally pro set or pistol, is it? I can't remember. It's a long time since I got to do one of those, so you know.
Yeah. And also, you've got to make do with what QSTs you've got in the players that have been selected for you. So if you might have a couple of deep zone quarterbacks and a load of short zone wide receivers and a tech tight end, then there you go. Try and crank a game plan out of that. So yeah, the whole selection thing's a bit odd, and you're just given a load of sort of ramshackle players that are probably all very good in their own right, but they're not a team as such, with a set way of playing. So yeah, it's all a bit of fun and a bit of fluff at the end of the season.
Bit of fluff, yeah. It's Fox. Is he your quarterback?
Fox is my dude.
He's a quick one though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he had a varied selection there. He got a short zone. Got a reasonably. Well, I don't know. Don't even know if he's a decent tight end now. I think it's trading him out at level 18. But he's quite old, so I don't know. He might be mid to low teens now. Who else we got? Wasson. What's Wasson? Which one's Wasson? Is that the Snow Bears one?
Snow Bears, yeah. Yeah, he's decent.
So he was a quick one as well. Okay, all right. So he had a varied amount of wide receivers to be able to find then.
Yeah, Birdman's short zone, Watson's deep zone, Kelsey's tech, tight end. But Fox, like he does quite often on a regular Sunday, weekday, Friday, weekday, match day, throws with his eyes closed a lot.
Yeah. Look.
So
yeah, he spread it. Yeah, he spread it around a bit there. He's got three CBs. He's found. He's only found 2 CBs. One of them twice.
I know, but he completed more passes to the CFC receivers than the CFC quarterback did.
Well, absolutely. I mean, he even threw this one for a touchdown. He's done pretty well there. So
it is a bit of a tale of two quarterbacks, isn't it? One's spraying it everywhere with the eyes closed, and the other one's just kind of dribbling off his fingers.
That's definitely a good way of putting it. Yeah, it doesn't even look like he. I mean, what are we talking about there? On the ground as well.
Yeah, he didn't use my running back or my quarterback. If he'd used either of them, they'd have won.
Yeah, 23 handoffs. That's your kind of passing game, isn't it, Matt? So 23 very short passes, and he managed to get 4 completions for 13%. Ah, what a spectacle! What it's all about, Pro Bowl, right? That's what it's all about.
I think Pedigo was drunk. They're the sort of passing figures you'd get if someone turns up for some sort of piss up tour and has been drinking since 9:30 in the morning.
They'd still complete more than that.
London City.
Or 4 completions from 29 attempts.
Okay.
He only got sacked 3 times as well.
Oh, and he's actually the Pro Bowl coach's quarterback, so he can't even say I wasn't level he was. Oh dear. Right. Okay.
He'd been on the Jaegers early doors, and yeah, he was just falling over, I think.
So yeah, there we go. Would you say it was worth the wait?
Well, at least it was eventful. It's got some talking points there. I mean, the fact that it was a 3-point game, but we had what was it? We had 16 more first downs than the CFC. And how you win a game when you've thrown 6 interceptions is pretty incredible. It's just one extreme to the other. So it certainly wasn't a dull game. It was good fun.
I must admit I didn't watch it. Couldn't find the button. But yeah, no, I'm glad we got the win. Sorry, Matt. You'll have to see if you can bump up your credentials and get in there and do a proper job.
Yeah. No, it's never going to happen. I'm not popular enough. Never have been.
Saying the Pro Bowl is purely a popularity contest, Matt.
Yes, I am saying it is.
I'm not sure I can sign up to that.
It is in real life as well. You think about it.
Yeah. Let's set up a Vote Cooper campaign for season 37.
Exactly. Because
we'll get banners made up and everything.
Yeah, 10 and 0's not going to do it for you, Matt, either as well. If you're not a popular coach, there we go. Right, there we go. Pro Bowl done and dusted for another season. MFC take the accolades, absolutely destroying them, and thank God the coach never turned up. Well done, Jez.
So, can I make an appeal to MFC coaches at this point? Either don't vote for me because obviously I can't find it and the timing's wrong, or do vote for me if that's the right way to win the Pro Bowl. Probably don't vote for me. That's my advice.
So far, it's winning strategy. So, who's to say it wouldn't be the right approach? But yeah, no, it is one of those ones. Bit of fun.
It is well played, Nick. Good game.
Yeah, not quite as controversial as players' names for some people, but very close. Very close. Yeah, love to see it revamped, but I think in the priority list it's probably not one of those things you think, do you know what, this is what needs the effort. But there we go.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so let's leave season 36 behind for good. Let's go into season 37. So we're going to cover off week 1 and week 2. Have a little look at 4 of the games here. So we're going to have a look at our game of the week. These have been chosen by Matt this time around. And then we're taking the default of Monday Night Football, also known as top 10 shit teams playing against a random opponent, depending on where the schedule lands. We'll kick off with game of the week for week 1. We've got Razorbacks and the Rapiers. What's your thoughts on this one? How's this one going to go down?
Well, the reason I picked this one as game of the week was obviously Patrick was supposed to be here, but unfortunately he's not very well. But this is the toughest one. I've seen the Rapiers are supposedly not as good as they were led to believe, but we think they underperformed last year. I think, and we discussed this before. So I think the Rapiers will win very tight in a very tight game, something like 38-35 or something like that.
So a tight one to get kicked off. I always find week 1 games always feel like the unknown, don't they? You've
no idea what the other team's going to do.
Yeah.
So Rapiers, like you say, bit of a turbulent season last time around. Lottie did start to say about some of the players that she'd been coaching starting to come through, but then obviously she's left. We've had Dan in at the Razorbacks for a fair few seasons now. I think is it 4 or 5? He's coming up 2 on now.
But if you
won the division last season, I believe, so should be a good game.
Aye. The only other thing is, if you're reading Dan's interview for the Continental, there's a hint that the Razorbacks doesn't age very well.
Oh. Have we got an early season contender for Sandbagger?
I don't know. It's just
I can tell you about not aging well. Jesus.
Nice.
My boys lost 80 levels.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, when we come on the season preview at some point, we'll have a look at why my eyes are not shedding a small tear for you on minus 80 levels. Jez, we'll get there.
You can shed a small tear. Come on.
No, I really can't.
All right. I'll stay on the wine then.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so let's have a little look. So, don't want to go in there. Nothing to see there. Literally nothing to see. Where am I going? I am looking for the Rapiers. I will say the one thing the Rapiers have done is they have significantly improved their helmet design since Patrick arrived. And so there you go.
It's a good helmet, that. I like that.
Yeah, we got the Helmet Bowl. Dan picked up helmet season, didn't he? So we've got the public vote of the Razorbacks helmet against a nicely new design one for the Rapiers.
Did the Razors win it overall?
They did, yeah.
Oh, nice work.
Dan had to go and pick up something. I can't remember. Was it purple? Matt, I can't remember if it was purple. Was it purple helmet?
I think it was. If it was the awards presentations, I was asleep at that point because I know I hadn't done anything.
Okay, yeah. But he got up there and got presented with his award. So nice one, Dan.
So he went to Bristol and came away with a purple helmet.
Right. Oh, actually, that's right. Dan went and got it, but it wasn't this helmet. So this one's a shit helmet, and it's one he's got in the Continentals, the winner. That was it. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So if we rewind that one, Rapier's great helmet. Dan, try harder. Bring the Continental helmet love up to the Atlantic. So what we got on this? We got Rapiers by 7 on this one to kick us off.
Yeah, it depends. What I mean, the Rapiers have got a fairly mature team, I think, without even looking at the age stats or anything. But they've been good in our division for the longest. So they might be feeling the pressure of aging on the likes of Colas and the big guns.
Yeah,
So
Bomber.
if they've had
Yeah.
if they've had a few chunks taken out of them in the off season, then they could be suffering more than others on that front. But a new coach coming in might have a slightly different philosophy. Might take a little bit of time to switch that round. You never know, really. So, but they're undoubtedly a good side. They came third in a brutal division last year, because there's three of us in that division that are just going toe to toe and slugging it out, and there's very little, I don't think, between any of the three sides. Razorbacks really came on last year, so they're definitely going to give them a game, but I would expect home field advantage to take Rapiers over the line in that game, but only just by 3 points, one score, something like that.
Yeah, I was just having a look at the ages on the players there as you were talking. All of them seem to be reasonably similar, sort of, around that 4 to 5 age levels, still, especially on the offense. So, yeah, kind of makes you wonder whether they're around about the same.
It's all Dean's 30 round one pick, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, um, yeah, and you can never read too much in the pre-season, I guess, but 51-41 to kick them off in the pre-season. Yeah, okay, so let's have a little look then. So, any predictions?
Well, I'll go first.
Go on then.
38-35 to the Rapiers.
I think it's going to be tight, but not
Otherwise-
quite as
otherwise-
high
otherwise-
scoring as that. I reckon I'll go 24-21 Rapiers. In overtime.
You got mine on the wrong way. Overtime as well. You're going for bonus points, Jez.
We haven't even worked out the scoring system of this yet, and I'm trying to get bonus points in already.
So
That's all right. We'll end up with minus. Don't worry.
you're going home field advantage. Both of you, home field advantage by 3, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be different just because I can. just to liven it up a little bit. I think if it's going to be that close, it's probably going to be just about the other way. So I think I'm going to take 27. So
What's this on the? I know there's no figures on the game previews, obviously, because there's no games been played yet. But there's a new bit at the bottom, scouting notes. What's that about? Favoured offence, favoured defence. You see that?
Oh, that's always been there.
Has it?
Comes up. Yeah, that's always been there. That's usually.
Yeah, that normally stuff.
That usually the
it's that's slipped in the bottom,
play,
isn't it?
isn't it?
Yeah.
PCVs or whatever.
That's favoured plays, isn't it? It's not normally in that format, isn't it? There's normally a lot more info, and it's kind of bleeds into that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Ignore me. Cut that bit out, Greg.
Yeah, no worries. It's gone, Jez. Yeah, it's normally at the bottom of all the stuff that I think stats led, isn't it? So maybe that's why they're remnants there, because they're not stats in effect. Right, yeah. Okay, so we've got our predictions in there. Let's have a look at Monday Night Football. So we have another new coach on this one. So this is Alex's first game in the league. It will be Patrick's that we just talked about. So another new coach, and his first game, Monday Night Football. He gets the privilege of bringing Monday Night Football, and he has to go away for it. So he's got to go to the Stingrays. So we've got the Fish Bowl to kick us off with Monday Night Football. So what's your thoughts around this game, Monday Night Football? What do you think of these teams?
So we were talking about this off air, right, and saying about the whole advantage of Monday Night Football is towards the home team, and this is a good example of how it doesn't benefit the lower team that it's been awarded to. It's been awarded to the Sharks because they were the worst team in the league last year, but they're not going to get the benefit of this because they're playing away from home. Is that right?
But I can't remember exactly what the benefits are now. Is it supposed to be?
Is it an increased chance in gaining attributes, or
That's for both
an
teams.
increase in home advantage, or both?
No, I think the only advantage is you get attributes.
It's an
I
increase.
think
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's for both teams anyway.
it's both teams, is it?
Both teams, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it implemented initially as that? I can't remember if it was.
Initially, it was definitely just home teams, which always made me laugh because I think I got it once when I'd won the bowl, and I was like, "How does this work?" You know, bowl winners getting increased attribute chances. But no, it's both teams. So,
Yeah.
but that's the game. That's the game to play your 8-0 rookies in.
Yeah, Sharks got a lot of work to do. Probably for a few seasons to rebuild the roster, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they were poor. They were poor, very poor.
Yeah. Let's be honest. I mean, what's this? This will be fourth coach in 3 seasons, in effect, really, for them, won't it? After Mike came in, I don't think we even registered Mike's coaching in weeks. It was just in trades, wasn't it?
He only had one foot in the office, and before he turned around.
Yeah, he'd already traded somebody out before he'd closed the door. So yeah, I
I
think
think he was paid off. He was paid off by the Saudis.
it definitely wasn't paid off by James, because I think James was one of the ones who had to give the players back when
Yeah, and me. I had to give a player back as well.
give one back as well. Yeah. So
It's
yeah,
only a special teamer, so it wasn't.
not the end of the world.
No.
No, but yeah, it's the long road, start the long road for him. I'm just, to be honest, from a Stingrays perspective, I'm just looking forward to see if we see the debut of first
The
round.
big fella.
Where is he? Is it this one? That's the one.
It's him. Oh, that's him. Yes.
Tamerlane, Timur Tamerlane. There we go.
The big fella.
He's had 2 weeks to coach up a couple of levels, so you know he could be starter. Who knows? I'll be looking forward to seeing whether he actually makes it onto the pitch. Yeah. So yeah, Stingrays. So I mean, mediocre season last time around. Was it? Or
I think it was 6-4 or something like that. Was it 7-3 or
okay.
They were last year. They were 5-5.
5-5.
So that's mediocre. Is that a definition of mediocre? The textbook.
I think if we looked mediocre up there, 5-5 would probably be one of those definitions, right? So yeah. So nice start for Michael. Be able to sound out where he is, get a few points on the board. Got them down as a 13 point spread.
I think they'll be looking at more than that. Probably multiply that by 2 or 3 if the Sharks are in full rebuild mode, load of new rookies.
Yeah.
We'll see. But we're expecting an easy home win there.
Yep. Let's get some predictions on there. So Monday Night Football. What are we going with, Matt?
I'm going 38-10 to the Stingrays.
38-10.
Yeah, I'm going for my bonus point. Hunty Creary scoring a TD for the Sharks.
You're going for what? Sorry, who's scoring a TD for the Sharks?
Hunter Creary or whatever his name, the elite wide receiver, number 1 pick.
Ah, right. Okay. All right. Are we both? No, I'm not putting that on there.
Who's going for bonus
Don't
points now?
worry, I'll remember if it comes up.
Yeah, remember. Yeah. Right. Cheers. What are you going for?
Bragging rights. It's not bonus points. It's just bragging rights on that one.
Right. Yeah.
Like the overtime. I'm going to go for 34-6 Stingrays.
34-6. Okay. Right. And I am gonna go. Something like that.
Big goose egg.
Yep.
Do you want to go for the 50 burger?
Nah. Let's say 45. They'll score 28 of those in the first quarter. All right. Okay. There we go. So that's week 1. We're gonna have a little look at week 2 as well. We're gonna get a bit ahead of ourselves, and then
Just before we move on to week 2, there's a couple of other games in week 1 that I think could be really interesting. Generals at Scorpions
let's go.
is potentially a really good game because both teams are looking promising going into the season. The other game is Anacondas at the Tigers. Now I don't know. Anacondas look stronger. They were decent last season, and I think they're stronger this season. But the Tigers, I don't know how much the pre-season stars are to be taken at face value. But Tigers have got 5-star passing offense and 5-star rushing offense,
Mm-hmm.
and their defense is not so much. It's decent, but it's not 5-star. I think it's 3-star in each.
Yeah.
But there's no other team in the whole of the league that's got 2 5-stars on both their passing and rushing offense.
Yeah.
So if that's anything to go by, I mean, it must have a degree of accuracy. So Tigers look like they're going to put up some points this year.
Yeah. Actually, let's go off piste a little bit. So we were going to look at week 2, but let's have a look at those